Welcome to Code and Conscience, issue number 9. In this issue, tech keeps promising miracles, but the hidden climate costs are landing on communities who can least afford them. The stakes are high, and the time to act is now. An image with two placards, one saying there's no planet B and the other, stop climate change. Image credit, Adobe. Tech and climate. When I first started working in tech over 25 years ago, I was swept up in all the big promises, faster solutions, smarter tools, and almost miraculous breakthroughs. What I gradually learned was that every leap forward comes at a cost. Unfortunately, these costs quickly add up. AI, blockchain, and quantum computing are all amazing technologies. But underneath the shiny headlines, there are some consequences. It's like two sides of a coin. Side 1. We're seeing tech work wonders in climate adaptation. Take AI, for example. Some of the newest models can predict short-term weather patterns more quickly and accurately than ever before. The National Hurricane Center is already getting ready to roll out these tools for the next hurricane season, hoping to keep people safer with faster, more precise forecasts. Cities like Recife in Brazil are using AI to get ahead of flash floods and wildfires. Norfolk, Virginia uses machine learning to help emergency crews steer clear of flood-prone streets. There are even inventive projects like Gaia's MVP system that are taking the flow of water and turning it into clean, storable energy. That's good progress. Side 2. Here's where it gets complicated. The more we lean into technology, especially AI, the more we need to reckon with the massive energy and water it devours behind the scenes. The number of data centers humming away in industrial parks is expected to double soon. Just one center in Aurora could pull as much electricity as 176,000 homes. And it's not just the power. These places are thirsty too. In Denver, a single new data center might gulp down more than 800,000 gallons of water each day. Water is gradually becoming a scarce commodity. Some are working on water-free cooling, but progress is slow. Recently, a data center in Memphis run by XAI fired up dozens of methane gas generators without permits. Folks in the nearby Boxtown community started noticing the pollution right away. Bad smells, loud turbines, and a spike in health concerns. The people who live closest to these facilities, who are already facing higher risks for asthma and cancer, are the ones bearing the consequences. Companies aren't helping. It's tough to tackle these problems when companies aren't being upfront. Big AI outfits love to talk about how efficient their models are. But when you look for real data on energy use or carbon emissions, you hit a wall. Most models on the market today don't tell us anything about their environmental footprint. If companies want our trust, it's time for them to show their work and open the books. And those promises of economic benefit, they rarely pan out for local communities. Most of the high-paying jobs don't stay local. The real boom is in construction, and after that, the impact drops off fast. No wonder some states are taking a second look at the tax breaks they hand out to lure data centers. Who bears the burden? All of this lands hardest on communities that are already pushed to the margins, places where tech companies build, pollute, and move on. In Boxtown, Memphis, the air is getting harder to breathe. Right here in Atlanta, Musk quietly built a similar data center, which does not require liquid cooling, a mechanism to lower water consumption. Will communities in Atlanta soon bear the same health and environmental risks unfolding in Memphis? In Bessemer, Alabama, a new data center threatens a rare fish found nowhere else, the Birmingham darter, while potentially consuming more energy and water than the entire city. Sometimes local officials even keep these deals quiet, making it nearly impossible for residents to speak up or get real answers. It shouldn't be this way. Meanwhile, we're seeing climate disasters strike with little warning. After severe flooding in Texas, officials were quick to point fingers at meteorologists, but the real breakdown happened in getting the word out to residents. Delays and alerts cost lives. And let's not forget the budget cuts and staff shortages that make it harder for agencies like the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the National Weather Service to keep us safe. Subscribe to Code and Conscience. So what's the way forward? 1. Tech isn't the only answer, people are. Here's what I believe. No matter how fancy our technology gets, it's the strength of our people, our systems, and our communities that truly builds resilience. AI can help, but it's no substitute for good governance, well-funded public services, and real community engagement. Sometimes what matters most is listening and letting communities help shape the solutions, not just asking for feedback after the fact. Let's dig deeper into the recent massive Texas floods, described as a once-in-a-200-year event, with some parts even seeing 1,000-year rainfall rates. The floods hit harder partly due to DOGE's job cuts, which were pushed by the idea of AI taking over federal roles. Turns out the NWS Austin San Antonio office was missing a crucial warning coordination meteorologist. While meteorologists did nail the forecast, that missing role may have hurt getting urgent alerts out effectively to people. Here's the kicker. Current AI weather models, though great for daily forecasts, often struggle with rare, unprecedented extreme events because they learn only from past data and don't fully integrate physics like traditional models do. Experts are skeptical that AI agents are ready to autonomously handle critical government functions, emphasizing they often need human intervention. Plus, these DOGE cuts reduce vital data collection, like weather balloon launches, and remove highly skilled staff crucial for developing future AI models. Bottom line, we still desperately need human expertise and action in weather forecasting and emergency response. And to address our larger climate challenges, we'll need effective human and tech systems working together. There's power in collective action. Local organizers, journalists, and everyday folks are fighting for transparency, accountability, and a healthier environment. Legal challenges, independent investigations, and public pressure have sparked changes before. Investors are starting to demand more too, pulling support from companies that won't take real climate action. 2. There's hope if we act together. It's not all doom and gloom. Cities like Recife and Norfolk are showing what's possible when you combine smart tech with a strong community voice. The National Hurricane Center's embrace of new AI models signals real progress. Companies like Hugging Face are pushing for more transparency. And everywhere I look, people are organizing, speaking up, and demanding better. So the real question isn't whether we can have tech or community. It's how we bring the best of both together. Will we use these powerful new tools to lift everyone up and protect our planet? Or will we let unchecked growth make old problems worse? The choice is ours, and it starts with us. Speaking up, showing up, and insisting that the future works for all of us. Around the web, Microsoft's Environmental Sustainability Report 2025. Google's Environmental Sustainability Report 2025. Data center emissions probably 662% higher than big tech claims. By The Guardian. Endless Thirst Water Consumption Calculator. When Will the Taps Run Dry? By AllAI. How DOGE Plans to Use AI to Cut 70,000 Jobs by Bruce Crumley. This startup can't replace the National Weather Service, but it might have to. By Forbes. On my bookshelf. What I'm reading. What if we get it right? Visions of Climate Futures by Ayana Elizabeth Johnson. What We Can Do, A Climate Optimist Guide to Sustainable Living by Charlie Sellars. Speed and Scale, An Action Plan for Solving Our Climate Crisis Now by John Doerr and Ryan Panchadsaram. AI in the Wild. Sustainability in the Age of Artificial Intelligence by Peter Doerr. Subscribe to Code and Conscience. Erica Stanley. Engineering leader, community builder, speaker, and contributor. Code and Conscience is my way of thinking out loud with friends, that's you by the way, about how we as technologists, builders, creators, and leaders impact the world around us with what we choose to build and how we build it. Follow me on all socials. Erica on LinkedIn, at ericastanley.com on Blue Sky. Book me to speak at your event. Don't miss the next issue of Code and Conscience. Subscribe today.